Hi, this is Brian with Purest Pixels Photography. It is Christmas of 2018, and one small little gift that I want to give to all my clients in case they're struggling to use a service that I use called Hightail is this little video. It's going to explain step by step how to use Hightail, how to download your photos on a Windows PC. I'm also going to make a Mac video in case you use a Mac. And because I don't want this process to be frustrating to you, I use Hightail because it delivers things very securely, very large files, very quickly, and I don't want it to be frustrating to you. I want to make it as easy as possible so you can get your listing accomplished and move on to other important things, because I know your time is as important to you as it is to me. So let's begin by opening up our email. I use Windows and I use Google Chrome. If you're using Internet Explorer, you should stop and you should download Internet Chrome. It's just better, and I'll show you why a little bit later on. Of course, I'm having a little bit of fun. Here you can see an email from Brian Pierce, Hightail Services. Go ahead and click on your email. As you can see, I'm using Gmail, but regardless of what service you use, you'll find your email from me. Check your junk folder if this is the first time we've worked together, and just click on that email. Here you can see I've shared one file. There may be times when I share more than one file with you. You can see it's 280 megabytes large. And here are some instructions. These are general. I provide my phone number and, of course, my website for other references. In this email, just click on View All Files. Google Chrome is going to open up Hightail itself, and again the same instructions are provided here, and at this point you just click Download All. Now, one of the nice things about Google Chrome is that right down here in the lower right hand corner it'll show the download beginning. It'll show what else I've downloaded in the past, or I've canceled it, and now this blue bar is going to progressively get larger and larger. Now, depending on where you're at and your internet speed, this is going to take some time. Mine is very fast, and so this is going to be a very quick download for me. But if you don't see a change happening up here on the main screen, you might feel tempted to clicking this download all button because nothing's happening. It is happening. It's just happening out of sight. On occasion, this bar will just drop down out of view, or you might have clicked X, or it just might not be showing. But this does take a little bit of time. So give it some time, let this blue circle continue. And while it is downloading, I do want to say thank you for being a client of Purest Pixels. I look forward to working with you over the next 10 years and providing you with that bright and beautiful photography that you become accustomed to. And as always, your referral is the highest form of compliment that I can get, and thank you so much. So many have referred me to other colleagues and coworkers, and I really sincerely appreciate that. It keeps me very busy, and I appreciate it. Google Chrome has finished the download, and so now you can just click on this little arrow button right here, and you can do open or you can do show in folder to show where that's tucked away on your computer. I'll just click on open for this example, and that uses a new program called WinZip. These files have to be zipped up. Zipping is a process of taking a lot of files and putting them basically inside of a suitcase and then zipping that suitcase closed. Well, everybody has to have a program that unzips those. I can't just put all the photos in individually. They've got to be zipped up. And so if you need to find out if you've got WinZip or Sevens Zip or another zip program, down here in your start button, you can, mine's a little hidden here by my little logo, but you can just scroll in through here, and you might not be able to see it right away, but I've got WinZip right here. So I'm going to use WinZip, and you'll also notice a couple other things. Another little tool here that comes with Windows. As I hover over these become a light blue. If I click on it, it becomes dark blue. And you can see the difference there. What I recommend whenever you're dealing with batch files like this is clicking one, and then holding the shift button down and clicking on the other file, and they both become dark blue. Now they've both become selected. I've taken my finger off the shift button, I've taken my finger off the clicking the left mouse button, and they're both still selected. Now you can go to unzip. And what I recommend here is unzip to a selected folder. That way you know where it goes once you unzip it. You can open the suitcase and you can unzip it, and you might throw it into the closet, you might throw it into your bedroom, you might throw it into the living room, and sometimes some customers forget where they've unzipped their photos. So I recommend selecting where you want to put them. Bedroom, you know what I'm saying. On your computer, you don't know where they go. I don't want to put it inside of my downloads folder. I want to put it onto my desktop, which again is what I recommend for most people. That way you always know where it goes, on your computer, onto your desktop, and click on zip. You'll notice up here in the right hand corner, my files immediately appear. If your desktop is full of icons, you've got stuff just all over, these are going to go to the anywhere they want on your desktop. They're going to be crowded. You're going to have to hunt them down and track them down. You'll notice then there's high res and there's MLS. The high res photos are for printing. If you're going to make brochures, if you're going to make flyers, those kinds of things, you'll want to use the high resolution photos because it's a lot finer of a quality. The MLS is, of course, for the MLS. It's also for the web page. If you want your web page to load as fast as possible so your clients don't have to sit there as your pictures slowly begin to download, I recommend just using these MLS size photos. They're just fine in quality, and they'll make your website load much faster. So from here, you might not want to keep them on your desktop. You might want to put your photos individually somewhere. So go ahead and double click that. I'm just going to use the MLS example for this one, and I'm just going to size this guy down a little bit, grab that and just kind of scale him down some. And I'm going to get rid of WinZip now. And here you can see that I provided these photos for this client in the MLS size, and they each kind of turn light blue as I hover over them, and if I click on one, it turns dark blue versus the light blue. So what I recommend whenever you're downloading all these files, all these photos into a specific, onto your desktop or wherever you want to put them, click on the first one, hold down the shift button on your keyboard, and click the very last one. Now they're all become dark blue. And you can take your finger off the shift button and you can just move your mouse around and they all stay selected. Anywhere inside of this blue space, you can right click and do cut or copy. I recommend copy because you don't want to lose them if a mistake happens. Just select copy. Now I can go over here into my PC and I can go to my pictures folder. That's where I want to put these guys. Oh, there's a handsome looking guy right there. I'm going to right click here and I'm going to do a new folder. A brand new folder pops up. I'm going to name it new property TY number 3 as a third example, and it's blue as well. I'll just double click it, right click and paste. Now my photos are exactly where I want them to be, along with all the other properties that you may have. You can put them wherever you want and move them around and do the whole 9 yards. And so that's really all there is to it. It's simple, but it does take a little bit of a skill set to be able to know how all these kinds of little processes work together. And so I hope that helps you to download your photos and to select them and place them into files where you know exactly where they're at, so you can use them very quickly to get them listed and put them on the MLS and so forth. So again, I want to thank you for being a client of mine, and I look forward to working with you over the next 10 years. And I appreciate all your feedback. Please send me an email, send me a text. Let me know if you've got any questions or any feedback for me. I'm happy to respond as soon as I can. And I look forward to shooting for you in the near future. And I hope that all of you have a very successful 2019. Thank you. Bye-bye.